Yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be starting Chanyeol's Spotlight Week for my channel, and we're going to be checking out his track Upside Down. Now again, I'm going into all these kind of Spotlight Week for EXO members kind of blind. Don't know what I'm getting myself into, just want to be surprised and enjoy the process as we go along through the weeks. I don't know too much about Chanyeol. I do know that his kind of like mini fan base name is called like Yome's. I think that's how you pronounce it. One of you guys did let me know about that, and a few of you guys I know are really big fans of Chanyeol too. Shout out to CL Aerith for letting me know the fan base name. But yeah, really excited to just hop into another week of EXO member spotlights. So yeah, with that said, let's hop right into it. Go ahead and sit back, relax, and let's ride the wave. Ooh. Okay. Wow, I love this guitar. The electric guitar in the back. Yeah, I love it. I love this kind of feeling it's giving off. Oh, I love that melody line. Wow, very cool visual. Okay, build up. Yeah. Okay, let's actually stop there before we listen to the whole like chorus or whatever. Quite a few things to talk about here. First off, the song gives off a very like punk rock kind of alternative. I want to say it reminds me of like 2010s kind of era of like, I don't know, some bands I'm trying to name off the top of my head, like Green Day-esque, Fall Out Boy kind of era. In that style, I love this kind of feeling and like, I guess you can say like atmosphere that it kind of gives. Very kind of like rebellious kind of touch here, or like, just going wild and wanting to do crazy things and like experience life and stuff. I know I had that phase when I was like younger, like middle and high school times. So yeah, this whole genre and style, I love it. It feels so like rebellious, and like I'm actually very surprised that Chanyeol is kind of going in this genre. I don't really see very many like K-pop artists or like Korean artists kind of explore this genre very much. So I wonder if I don't want to say he's like the first to do it or whatever, but definitely let me know if there are other like Korean artists out there that kind of go into more of this like punk rock genre, because this style I feel like is so like not underrated, but it isn't showcased a lot in the Korean music scene. And so I would love to see other artists kind of takes on like this genre, if there are other artists that kind of are in this like style of music too. Yeah, again, love that beginning electric guitar part has like that very kind of muted but still kind of forward tone. If you guys don't know, or if you guys aren't guitar players, the way you can get that muted tone is you'll kind of use like the palm of your hand to press against, let's just say like I have a guitar in front of me or whatever. You'll use your palm to rest against closer towards like the bridge of the guitar, where the strings kind of come out of from the bridge to the neck of the guitar, and you'll press your palm against that, and then that way you can kind of like pluck or strum while keeping that palm pressed up against the strings, so that you can get that more muted, like kind of mysterious, you could say in a sense, kind of tone. And that's what they're doing with that electric guitar part too. And then it was interesting because once it got to kind of like the build up of the riser into the chorus or the drop of the song, they kind of lifted that guitar up, or like the palm up from the strings, so that it would kind of brighten up as the build up came along too. So yeah, really cool stuff here. Again, I love the visuals that they're going to. It really matches kind of like that like angsty, rebellious kind of like tone and vibe that they're going for, with all these like crazy colors and like cool kind of like animations and artwork. Really cool stylistic choices here, I would say. Let's bring this back towards before the drop, actually. Yeah, I love that the drum kicks in the back. Yeah. This makes me want to like throw stuff and break things. That melody hook is so catchy. Oh, that distorted guitar. Okay, before we go along again, I want to talk a little bit about that guitar. Yeah, in this style of music, like this alternative punk rock kind of like genre, I wouldn't say it's very common, but it happens a lot where the electric guitar or some sort of like main element is intentionally like distorted. I don't want to say that was like actually distorted because it's not quite, but it kind of gives off that distorted feeling and almost kind of like redlining on the in terms of the volume or the gain. For those of you guys that don't know what redlining is, basically in like music production or just like any sort of like audio video production, you'll usually have like a meter will kind of signal to you like how loud the audio is. And so it'll have like the place where it's like green, you have like a yellow spot where it kind of gives you like a warning, like, hey, this is still like in a good place, but you're kind of pushing the loudness. And then you have the red area where you're like typically not supposed to go, right? But in this genre, very intentional stylistic choices where they kind of actually push that to the red area, hence it's called like redlining. So it kind of gives off that kind of distorted kind of sound, but usually they'll add like compression or like do a bunch of post-processing to kind of like make the sound a little bit better overall, but it will still give that kind of like distorted texture. So yeah, I love how they incorporated that here. And then I also think it's interesting with this chorus how the atmosphere feels in this too. Like typically you would think of atmospheres as like, you know, like really pretty pads going around in the back or little like ear candy textures going around like the stereo experience. But here the atmosphere is kind of approached in a different way, I would say. Like there's atmosphere in this drop, but the atmosphere itself, it feels like it's just like everything being thrown at you, which is really interesting. Like all the energy and all the different elements just playing as loud as they can without it being too overbearing for like other elements of the track. So yeah, very different intention here. Again, I think the atmosphere, the intention is the energy that's just being thrown at you. That again, that kind of angsty, rebellious vibe that they're going for, kind of breaking the rules as to what, you know, atmosphere should be or how loud a certain part should be, you know. Very fitting again for like the kind of, I guess you could say, like if you were to analyze it in this kind of style, right? So yeah, very, very cool stuff. Yeah, survivor of the electrocution. That's funny. Is he walking a goat? That's crazy. Oh. And the drums in this are really like pushing the energy too. Yeah. Yeah. This makes me feel like I just want to be there with him. The guy is so mad. Super cool visual effects. Nice. Oh, we just get this kind of extended electric guitar part. Nice, nice. Before we finish off the song, since we're getting close to the end, another note about the vocals in the chorus for this. So again, a lot of what's in this kind of punk rock alternative genre they usually have a part where it's like, you could say like multiple people like doing cheers or something, or doing some sort of unison part together to kind of bring that angsty energy back in again. They did that here, but since it's Chanyeol, like just Chanyeol's song, there's no like other people in this. They doubled or even maybe tripled the chorus line vocal that he's doing. So it makes it sound like there's multiple people singing that same melody line. So there's multiple voices in unison for that chorus line. That makes it feel like there's a lot more like stereo in the sonic experience here. Really cool touch there that they did. And then this chorus that we just listened to, they had this extended part where it just highlighted that, again, distorted like guitar part, kind of just ripping it as the main like center point, while Chanyeol's kind of ad-libs, and I think he said like yeah, that kind of played a part in like the background instead of being the front and center. So really cool choices here. I love how they're kind of switching everything apart, and everything still is legible in terms of like the listening experience, just by the way they've kind of arranged all the different parts, even though everything is so loud. Usually when things are loud and stuff, it's really hard to hear the other parts, but the way they've mixed everything and intentionally changed the arrangements for certain parts to kind of fit the energy overall and keep that moving forward at a like legible pace in terms of the listening experience. So good. Let's wind that back a bit. Yeah. Nice, he's running the fields. Yeah. Oh, really cool. Kind of way to end this. Nice. Man, there was so much energy in that. That was so cool to watch. Yeah, and just the way they ended that, just everything kind of like sliding down and like, you could say like crumbling down, or I don't know how to explain it, but everything's just kind of going towards a stop with the end of the thunder kind of sound. So cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. That definitely made me feel a little bit nostalgic. Again, it really reminded me of my younger days of like middle school and like high school, and you know, like just not wanting to do like my responsibilities or whatever, and you know, just go out and like live life, you know. And I think I wasn't really paying attention to the lyrics for this, just because I was so like entranced with like the visual and like the actual song itself. I'll definitely kind of re-look into the lyrics another time, like on my own. But that whole like, again, rebellious, angsty kind of feeling of just going out there and doing what you want, and it being showcased in visual too. So nostalgic for me. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there have had a phase similar to that, you know? But yeah, I love the visual elements on here. The use of like distortion and like clipping and redlining here too. Very tastefully done in terms of how this track and visual was put together. So yeah, that was so cool. I'm wondering if a lot of his songs are like this, or if he kind of plays in different styles too. So I'm just really excited to get to the next track that I'll be checking out from him. So that'll be it for today's reaction. So if you guys enjoyed the breakdown and reaction, consider joining the wave by liking the videos, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. All the support really does mean the world to me as a small creator. So with that said, until next time, talk to you guys soon. Peace.